Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of GGS. We have come across Gina Lestrade, who has decided to show up at the pawn shop to do something here, apparently. I guess she got herself a new coat or something. We're gonna go ahead and talk to her and find out the details. What are we on here? Gina and the pawn shop. So you're here to borrow money from the pawn shop, Gina-san? That's right. I'm a London citizen too, you know. You got a problem with that? No, not really. I was just wondering. Oh, I know exactly what you're thinking right now. I bet you stole those goods there, didn't you? Or something rude like that. Well, maybe I was just a little. You're not even going to deny it, are you, Naruhodo-sama? I'm going to ask you flat out then. Are you not trying to pawn stolen goods right now? Let me see. How should I respond? Well, it happens. You're not going to deny it either, are you, Gina-sama? But this is different. This really does belong to me. But this the shopkeep is holding, huh? Maybe I should see what Hatch-san has to say one more time. Let's talk to him. About the disc. So, just what is this golden disc? Its gold surface has an incredible number of small bumps engraved in it. This is a music box for a music box. Music box? You don't even know what a music box is? Guess that's a black-suited Oriental for you. I know what a music box is, but I've never seen a disc like this. This golden disc has the information the music box needs in order to play music engraved in it. If you put this into the machine, it'll play beautiful music. So, just what sort of music is engraved on this disc? Well, unfortunately, I don't know. Even within the category of music boxes, there are English-style ones, German-style ones, Spanish-style ones, and countless others. I'm not sure which machine would be able to play this disc properly, you see. I see. So that's how they are. Besides, even if I were to end up putting this up for sale, no one would buy it. To be honest, it's not even worth a penny. That's a lie! After all, He? Anyway, that can't be right! It's supposed to be valuable! In that case, why don't you try taking it to a different pawn shop? Ugh. About Gina. Truth is, this isn't the first time this girl's come to my shop. Is that so? Well, she's bought me suspicious goods many times before. What do you mean suspicious? I'm a pure and beautiful customer, got it? Sure you are. And today's good is this disc? Well, you see, it's not that simple. What do you mean? The thing this girl brought me today is actually a claim check. Claim check? So that must mean she came to reclaim something that she pawned, is that right? That's right. I'm at an age where I've got a lot of stuff I've once held onto. That's pretty darn suspicious. Yeah, especially for a pickpocket. I mean, you don't trust adults and everything, so that's an outright lie. It's for an item she pawned that is due to go up for sale after tonight's deadline. She brought her claim check and the principal amount, along with the interest, see? So I had no reason not to return her item to her. You say she withdrew it, but she doesn't seem to be carrying anything. Oh, she's actually wearing it sloppily right now, see? The item she withdrew was that coat. Ah. What's your problem? It looks good on me, right? Perfect, it's mine after all. So then, where does this disc come in? Yes, this, you see, is her new item for pawning. New item for pawning. What do you mean, her new item for pawning? Well, basically, this girl came to my shop today with her claim check and money, see? And she withdrew this fine black coat, right? Yes, and she put the coat on right away, and then she started suddenly rustling through around her in her pockets, searching for something. The pockets. What? I'm a lady, alright? You're not allowed to stare! Ah, so you mean the thing she took out of her pocket was... Indeed, it was this. And she immediately tried to pawn it, just like that? And at the highest price she could. Even more suspicious. How rude! I was just trying to conduct a normal pawning transaction. Incidentally, who was it that pawned the coat? That would be me, of course. I can't help thinking that it looks a bit big on you, Gina-san. It was my, father's. It was my papa's coat, okay? Is that so? It goes without saying, that sounded like a pretty bald-faced lie. Pardon me. Oh! This man! Who is this portrait-like English gentleman? Well, that's an introduction. Good day, everyone. And he's got Mango Doll's theme. I like to call it Mango Doll's theme, even though it's not Mango Doll's theme, but it was the first... Literally, this song started playing from Mango Doll's theme. It's like the suspicious track or something. Who are you? I have business to discuss with the shopkeep. I'll have to ask you to get out of my way. If you're going to make a pointless racket, would it not be preferable to do so outside the shop? Can't you see that I'm still in the middle of haggling? If you're going to pretend to be a gentleman, at least wait your turn. Oh snap! Well, as shamelessly rude as always, I see. Filthy little pickpocket. Huh? What's your problem? Do you know me? Do I know you? Don't you at least have the decency to remember the faces of the people you've robbed? You? Shopkeep. Yes. This unpleasant little pickpocket seems to have just made a withdrawal. Yes, well... That belongs to me. But I ask you to return it to me with the greatest of haste. Huh? But that's a lie! What are you talking about? Now, I'll be having that coat back, and, his frickin' poses. The music box disc as well, of course. No! You can't! I mean, this is, this belongs to my papa, and that basically makes it mine! Naruhodo-sama. This is becoming quite an uproar. It seems like it might be a good idea to get more details about all of this. The gentleman's accusations. Gina-sama, is what that man said... It's obviously a lie! I swear before God, I've never seen that man in my life! So, that claim check you brought me was stolen, was it? Weren't you listening? I swear before God! Do you even believe in God? This happened earlier as I was walking down the street. I was suspicious as soon as this girl collided with me. That I just had my pocket picked by this dirty little urchin. Once again. Once again, you say? Yes, as you can see, I am a man of considerable means. This isn't the first time I've been targeted by this lot who breeds in dark alleyways. Now then, I'll be taking that valuable coat back. Come along now, give that gentleman back his coat at once. If you delay, I shall call the police at once. Now, just one moment. Why is everyone ganging up on me? This dodgy gentleman is way more suspicious. I don't even think that's possible. Proof. Yeah, that's it. Do you have any proof that I stole it? As if you could. Yes, if it's proof you want, naturally I have it. Oh, snap. We're in trouble here. Proof. Proof that the pawn item that Gina-san withdrew belongs to this gentleman, huh? Ah, I know. Naturally, we should be able to find that information in the shop's ledger. The ledger ought to contain the names of everyone who pawned anything here. You're right. Well, I'm afraid that won't work. I don't ask my customers' names here at my shop. Why not? Well, say, customers who have come to pawn something all have their own stories. There are actually quite a few customers who don't want their names known. I can understand that, but in that case, how do you know who the real owner of the pawn items is? Good point. Oh, I know. Sir, may I have the password for that item? Yes, certainly. Professor. Yes, indeed, and that is our proof. The proof that this man is this item's owner, you see? A password. Well, I guess Gina's not holding onto that coat. But what the heck is with this coat? Password, sorry, that was password. Mr. Hatch, what's this about a password? I mentioned this earlier, but when customers come to pawn things, I don't ask their names. There are various circumstances that the customers wish to keep secret, after all. Holmes! Hatch-san seems to be glancing in Holmes-san's direction. Famous detectives don't have dark secrets. I don't know about that. And that's why I've set up a password system. To put it in different terms, it's something like a safe combination. The date and item pawn along with a password are set. And I also provide the customers with a claim check. When they come to withdraw their items, I ask them for their claim check and password. So if they answer correctly, you allow them to proceed with the withdrawal. Correct. Naturally, I also exact a fee. And I just answered your question. The date was 2 months ago. 2/15. The item was a high-quality coat. And the password is Professor. Indeed, it was a perfect answer. But... There's no room for doubt. Let's talk to this gentleman more up close and personal. About you, mister. Why, suited man. Excuse me. Who might you be? Pardon me, but who are you? Well, that's rude. You don't appear to be from this country. Yes, we're exchange students from the Great Japanese Empire. Great Japan. Naturally, I have heard of it. The citizens eat soft, spicy brown stew-like dishes. I think you're confusing it with a different country. What was that graceful movement just now all about? Well, regardless of what country you hail from, if you're a gentleman, you know that when you ask someone's name, you must first provide your own. I'm not a Hodo. I came to study British law as a defense attorney. And I am Mikatomo Susato. I am employed as a legal aid. I see, is that so? I am, let me see, Egg Benedict. This jerk! Pleased to make your acquaintance. That cannot be his real name. You're not Benedict Cumberbatch. He provided a suspicious name with such beautiful movements. Now, I'm afraid that we'll have to conclude our discussion. What are these motions? Hand over my coat at once. Just the way you move is annoying. I don't think that coat really suits you. Now then. Thank you for coming, Master Egg Benedict. Master Egg Benedict. The interest rates at this shop are quite agreeable. I'll be sure to use this place again. This is why I hate adults. They think that just because I'm a pickpocket, I'm also a liar. Now, shopkeep, if you could hand over the music box disc. Certainly, Master Benedict. It's all yours. Just this. There should be one other item, that I had you hold on to. One other item? No, I'm afraid the only thing you left with me is that black coat there, and there just happened to be that disc in the pocket. You filthy little urchin! Are you still hiding something? The nerve of you! How could I possibly know anything about that? Very well. Then I will excuse myself for now. Good day, everyone. Now hold on. That item is mine! What do you think you're doing, little girl? You're bleeding. There's blood on the disc. I guess it's because of all these little bumps carved into the metal on this disc. They must be sharp enough to cut someone's finger. This was my target. I mean, my papa's. No way am I letting you have it. Oi, you there, here. What do you want? What do you want? You'll be able to take it away from me too easily. You hold on to it. Gina-san. Why is she so hung up on that disc? The music box disc. What plays on this thing? Used for making a music box play. The musical information is carved into disc metal. Contains contents unknown. Black Clad Oriental. Come now. Hand over that disc. You can't! All adults are liars! Now what? How am I supposed to resolve this situation? I tried to talk to him, but he's glaring daggers at me. Got to do something about this before this mysterious gentleman leaves the shop. Meanwhile, oops, sorry. As we saw Sherlock over here. Holmes-san? What are you having such fun examining at a time like this? Eating your caramel candy. Caramel? Caramel candy. Is it caramel or caramel? Holmes? Finally. You finally found me, Mr. Naruhodo. Eh? The pickpocket girl told me to go away and chased me into a corner, leaving me out while the rest of you started getting all excited and having a good time. Oh my god, Holmes! I had nothing to do, but I'd be embarrassed if you not noticed that, so I had to pretend to be enjoying investigating this bit of rubbish that I could possibly be less interested in, while chewing on my only friend in the world, my caramel candy. Can you even imagine how upset I am? I was lonely. I was unbearably lonely. What? In that case, please join the conversation. Things are getting pretty out of control here. In any case, I basically heard your conversation. No, to be more accurately, I kept utterly silent, eagerly straining my ears to hear every word. Are you really that lonely? Oh, Home-sama, you poor thing. Don't show him compassion, Jesus Christ. It seems that, as I thought, it was something like that all along. Huh? It can't be. Have you already figured it out? Everything? You know, Mr. Sato, sometimes I wonder this. My genius, my logical genius. If only I could pawn it, just how much would it be worth? By the looks of things, Home-san has stumbled upon an idea. I have no idea whether that would help resolve the situation, but... the famous detective's deduction. Should I listen to it? Listen to his logic? Forget about it. Okay, I guess we're gonna put that first. Forget about it! If Home-san starts this intense deduction at a time like this, it'd be like pouring oil on fire. I should just forget about it before it makes things worse. What are you saying, Naruhodo-sama? This is the famous detective's famous deduction we're talking about. He'll crack this wide open. With Naruhodo's help. No. That's exactly why we shouldn't do it. Honestly, considering the situation, it seems that I have no choice but to take the center stage here. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, please do, Sherlock Holmes-sama. So in the end, it didn't matter what I said. Aww. Well now, Miss Gina, you appear to be in a bit of a sticky wicket. Honestly, you're late, Holmes. What took you so long? Huh? When a lady's in trouble, you're meant to come running! Jeez, she's merciless. Pardon me, but who are you? Mr. Egg Benedict. You're the sort of gentleman who could be accurately described as an all-you-can-eat buffet of curiosities. In any case, there are two conclusions I can draw about you. What? Let's begin with the first conclusion. You came to the shop with a motive you have not yet voiced. And now, my second conclusion is... you are, at this moment, in the midst of a serious crime aimed at cheating someone out of a very large sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, how much would you pay for this deduction? What? Egg Benedict-san just went white as a sheet. It looks like he's right on the money once again. Curse you! Who in the world are you? Yes, there it is. You see? I long to see that expression on your face. Now then, shall we begin? Sherlock Holmes, Logic and Reasoning, Experimental Theater. We're gonna go through it, and then we're gonna go through Naruhodo's perspective of it in the next video, because I don't think we're gonna be able to fit his thing and Naruhodo's thing in one video, so... let's do it. First topic. The mysterious gentleman's objective. What was it that caused you to appear in this pawn shop in the first place? Earlier, your claim check was stolen from you in the streets, and you gave chase. That was a lie. There's another reason. A real reason. Yes, that real reason is there in your hand. The thing that led you to the shop in the first place was that now hiring notice. That item you hold in your hand is clearly a now hiring flyer from this shop. But as far as I can see, you have no reason to work in a shop like this. In other words, we can assume that there is some sort of special intent here. The cane that you just instinctively raised contains a large contradiction. With my cane? What absurdity. The contradiction with that cane is, of course, its tip. What? That cane originally had a metal tip on it. However, there is no sign of it. The cane's wooden bit is exposed. So, there's only one conclusion we can draw. The rod in your hand, which at first glance appears to be a cane, is in fact not a cane at all. Oh, what? Oh my, you seem rather shaken. Is something wrong? Well... That moment indicates the answer to my next question. That is to say... What is the true nature of that rod in your hand? And the reaction you just gave me tells me the answer. The key to unraveling this mystery is the cane handle, which you just hid. I thought it was suspicious from the start. The shape of that cane's handle, or perhaps I should call it the grip. Indeed, that rod is certainly not a cane. Its true nature is... a shovel whose scoop snapped off in the ground. What? What? In other words, here's my conclusion. Your true objective is... to set yourself up as an employee at the pawn shop and dig up the shop's basement with your shovel. What a truly fearsome criminal thought. Oh, what? Okay, you know, that's still not as bad as about the lion eating the rug. To dig a tunnel in the pawn shop's basement. That was the conclusion. Next topic, massive crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, I'm afraid this is the end of the story. This isn't the end of the story. It's my duty to expose the massive crime you're plotting, see? Utterly laughable. You honestly think that I'm intending to dig up this pawn shop's basement with a broken shovel? And just what do you propose is in this paltry little pawn shop's basement? Whether or not an incredible treasure is sleeping down there? Why would I do such a thing? I have no reason. Unfortunately, you do have a reason to dig up the shop's basement. And I'm sure you're highly aware what that reason is, aren't you, Mr. Benedict? Huh? Your line of vision is even more honest than I thought. Huh? Why would you need to infiltrate this shop and dig up the basement? That reason is clearly indicated in that circular notice you just glanced at. This circular notice purpose is to notify everyone of things going on in town. Plumbing construction notice. According to the sketch on the circular notice, the water line that runs from the shop's basement to the bank across the road will be undergoing some construction. The water line, you say? If you were to rip up the floor of the shop's basement and keep digging, you'd eventually reach the bank. And in the basement of the bank, there is a massive vault. What? How did we go from going to the pawn shop to we're going to rob the bank through the pawn shop? In other words, your target is a bank heist using an underground tunnel. A heist? I would twirl around like that too. Now, at last, we reach the final question. What exactly is it that you're targeting in that bank's vault? What? Actually, the other day I was consulting with Scotland Yard, so I know the answer to that. Naturally, you should also be aware of that secret, am I right? What do you mean? I don't know anything about it. I feel like we're just about to be shown some most fascinating evidence. The secret of what you're targeting is drawn on that postcard. That's a postcard of London's World Fair. Presently, the final preparations are being made for the approaching London's World Fair. In order to hasten the completion of Crystal Tower, the symbol of the World's Fair, the government has increased the supplementary budget. And at this very moment, those special funds are being held in that bank's basement. Huh? Yes, in other words, your massive criminal plan is precisely to steal the special preparation funds for the World's Fair from that bank's underground vault. This is top secret police information, right? So keep it quiet. Holmes, please! To steal the special preparation funds for the World's Fair. That concludes Sherlock Holmes' famous deduction. Jesus Christ, this is gonna be fun to, break apart later on. So, we'll stop here and, fix up his logic in the next video. I'll see you guys then. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of GGS. We have come across Gina Lestrade, who has decided to show up at the pawn shop to do something here, apparently. I guess she got herself a new coat or something. We're gonna go ahead and talk to her and find out the details. What are we on here? Gina and the pawn shop. So you're here to borrow money from the pawn shop, Gina-san? That's right. I'm a London citizen too, you know. You got a problem with that? No, not really. I was just wondering. Oh, I know exactly what you're thinking right now. I bet you stole those goods there, didn't you? I see. So that's how they are. Besides, even if I were to end up putting this up for sale, no one would buy it. To be honest, it's not even worth a penny. That's a lie! After all, He? Anyway, that can't be right! It's supposed to be valuable! In that case, why don't you try taking it to a different pawn shop? About Gina. Truth is, this isn't the first time this girl's come to my shop. Is that so? Well, she's bought me suspicious goods many times before. What do you mean suspicious? I'm a pure and beautiful customer, got it? Sure you are. And today's good is this disc? Well, you see, it's not that simple. What do you mean? The thing this girl brought me today is actually a claim check. Claim check? So that must mean she came to reclaim something that she pawned, is that right? That's right. I'm at an age where I've got a lot of stuff I've once held onto. That's pretty darn suspicious. Yeah, especially for a pickpocket. I mean, you don't trust adults and everything, so that's an outright lie. It's for an item she pawned that is due to go up for sale after tonight's deadline. She brought her claim check and the principal amount, along with the interest, see? So I had no reason not to return her item to her. You say she withdrew it, but she doesn't seem to be carrying anything. Oh, she's actually wearing it sloppily right now, see? Or something rude like that. Well, maybe I was just a little. You're not even going to deny it, are you, Naruhodo-sama? I'm going to ask you flat out then. Are you not trying to pawn stolen goods right now? Let me see. How should I respond? Well, it happens. You're not going to deny it either, are you, Gina-sama? But this is different. This really does belong to me. But this the shopkeep is holding, huh? Maybe I should see what Hatch-san has to say one more time. Let's talk to him. About the disc. So, just what is this golden disc? Its gold surface has an incredible number of small bumps engraved in it. Ah, this is a music box for a music box. A music box? You don't even know what a music box is? Guess that's a black-suited Oriental for you. I know what a music box is, but I've never seen a disc like this. This golden disc has the information the music box needs in order to play music engraved in it. If you put this into the machine, it'll play beautiful music. So, just what sort of music is engraved on this disc? Well, unfortunately, I don't know. Even within the category of music boxes, there are English-style ones, German-style ones, Spanish-style ones, and countless others. I'm not sure which machine would be able to play this disc properly, you see.